How are you going, year eight? Hope you're well. One more lesson for today before the weekend comes, so enjoy the weekend when it comes. Let's talk about group data today. So last lesson we looked at frequency distribution tables, and we talked about how we can count how often a particular data instance occurs, and then we can record its frequency in a table. What we're looking at today is we're looking at grouping data. Now, often when we're measuring something that's a continuous numerical type of data, okay, something like height or weight, or in this case, we're looking at temperature, we can use a range of values when we're counting frequency, okay, because, you know, you could have someone who's 65.2 kilos and someone else is 65.3 kilos. Okay, rather than treating that as a separate instance, we could just have a range in which those two measurements are grouped together. It also makes sense when we're talking about temperature. We don't really care about how the difference between 21 and 22 per se, but we do want to get a sense of, like, the cold days, the mild days, the warm days, etc. So it can make sense to group the data together when we're counting frequencies. The way we do this is we come up with what our range for our groups are going to be, and then we can then count the frequency of how many scores lie within that range, and then do the frequency that way. Okay. We call these groups also classes. Okay, so groups, classes, kind of same thing. So there's also a term called the class center, which is basically the middle score of that range of scores. So let's put together our table. So we're going to use the classes 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 21 to 26, and so on. And so we can see we've got 5 different values in each group as we go up. So let's do it. So the first one is going to be, we're going to write the class, and then we're going to have a column for the class center. I'll explain exactly how to do that in a sec. We're going to do a tally, and then we're going to do the frequency. Okay, so for this first class, let's do 11 to 15. Okay, and then we'll do 16 to 20, 21. So that should be 21 to 25. Okay, if we want this to be consistent, and then it'll be 26 to 30. Okay, so let's have a look at this here. So what we're looking at is the maximum temperature on a Monday. We're taking over a year, so we've got about 52 weeks in total. So 52 data points here, and we've got to fit them all in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan through, and I'm going to tally each time we have something that's within a class. I'm also going to put the class center, which is the middle value in that class. So in this case, 11 to 15, the middle number is 13. Okay, this is 18, 23, 28. Okay, so those are just the middle number. We're going to come back to that concept later. But don't worry too much about the class center now. It's not going to affect what we do here too much. It's just something, it's helpful to bring it up now, and we'll talk about it later. So tallying, so I've got the 14, and then I keep going, I've got another 14. I've got a 15. Keep scanning your eyes through. I've got another 14. Another 14, 15, 14. Okay, so I counted 7 in that class altogether. Okay, 16 to 21, to 20, sorry. So I've got a 19, 19, I've got a 20, I've got a 16, I've got a 20, no, 16, 19. Okay, so you see the process of just scanning through and tallying whenever something lies within the range. I've got a 20, 19, 20, Okay, and then 2 more 19s. So we had 12 in that category there. And then 23, so 21 to 25 now. So we've got a 21, 23, 25, 24, 24, 21. Make sure we don't accidentally count something that's not in the range. 23, 22, 23, 24, 25, 21, 21, 23, 22, 25, 23, 25. Okay, so that one had quite a few, had 18 in it. All right, I'm going to make a guess that we're going to get about 12. Well, we'll see. We'll see how many we get in this 26 to 30. So we've got 29. We're going to need another category. So we're going to have to add a 31 to 35. I didn't realize there were temperatures over that in there, and the class center will be 33. Okay, so for 26, we've got one, and that's 29. Another 26. Another 26. 30. 27. 26. 27. 27. 26. 29. Okay, so we got 10 in this category here. And then for 31 to 35, we've got a 32, a 31. It's a pretty hot day for that time of year. 35 in the middle of the year there. I'm not sure what that's about. 32. 31. Okay, so we've got 5 there. And then when we add this up, we get 52. We know there's 52 and a bit weeks in a year, so that means we've counted all of the numbers. Okay, so you can see here how we've done it. We just tally all the numbers that lie within a range and then did frequency there. All right, so we've done the frequency table for part A. For part B, what's the size of each class? Okay, what's the range? Okay, there's 5 values in each range. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, you've got to be inclusive. So even though 15 minus 11 is 4, you've got to include the 11 as well. So that's why you add one more. See here, how many Mondays had a maximum temperature of 26 or more? So we can see here, 26 or more, we've got 15 in total. Okay, 10 plus 5 is 15. How many Mondays had a maximum temperature of 20 or less? So that's the 2 bottom ones. It's going to be 7 plus 12, which is 19. And then how many Mondays had a maximum temperature of 27? So in this case, we need to look exactly for how many had 27. So let's just do one quick scan. 27 to 27, we've got 1. 2, 3. Okay, so I counted 3 Mondays that had a maximum temperature of 27. Okay, so hopefully you get the idea of how grouping works when we're doing frequency tables. Good luck with the work today. Enjoy the weekend when it comes, and I'll see you later.